If I don't do it, it means I don't believe in it. In this, I believe very strong, and I will not give up until I'm top of the world. So that's the way it works. You aim for the top, you don't aim for the second. Second place is the first place among the last ones, and that's not my target.
So you pick whatever you think the biggest problems are, and you try to eliminate them one at a time.
Many people have this idea, I want to achieve something great. Or be somebody great, and they neglect the step that leads to greatness. They don't honor this step at this moment because they have this idea of some future moment where they're going to be great.
The first secret to be an effective leader in your life, whether it's you want to lead your body from the location it is right now you're unhappy about, you don't have the energy you want, your body's not where it wants, to where you want to be, that's leadership.
People ask, what mistakes should you avoid making? And my answer to that question is don't even bother trying to avoid mistakes because you're going to make tons of mistakes, right? And the important thing is actually learning quickly from whatever mistakes you make and not giving up.
But I also knew that if I didn't try, that I would always regret that.
I got to tell you something. I could be an idiot, and I would know that there are certain patterns that cause people to be fulfilled, to be happy, to fit, to be strong, to feel alive, to be vibrant, to have passion in their life.
And that is, make sure that you are focused on something you're passionate about.
Sometimes life's going to hit you in the head with a brick. Don't lose faith. I'm convinced that the only thing that kept me going was that I loved what I did. You've got to find what you love. And that is as true for work as it is for your lovers. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking and don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know when you find it.
I think that if you're straightforward and clear about the way that you're going to operate, then you can operate in whatever way you choose. And we don't even take a position on whether our way is the right way. We just claim it's our way.
What takes guts is to put yourself on the line. What takes guts is to say, I'm going to make this work. What takes guts is to say, I'm going to believe, knowing I could be disappointed or devastated. But you know what? Disappointment's a good emotion if you learn how to use it.
You can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. You have to trust in something, your gut, destiny, life, karma, whatever. Because believing that the dots will connect down the road will give you the confidence to follow your heart, even when it leads you off the well-worn path. And that will make all the difference.
Basically, you can't skip steps. You have to put one foot in front of the other. Things take time. There are no shortcuts. And but you want to do those steps with passion and ferocity.
The world feeds back on us, and it reinforces what we already believe in.
What one quality you think you have that made you and gave you and allowed you, pushed you to achieve what you have?
Because you can think of nothing better, more exciting, more energizing to get up every day and go do than whatever it is that you selected.
And I think you really have to have a passion about it, and you have to have a reason to succeed. It isn't to be just something that you want to be, that you have to have a niche and a passion. You need those two things.
See, if people are not being fully expressive in their unique strengths, they lose self-esteem.
If you're passionate and driven and focused in what you do, if you're really good at it, people will take notice. That's basically it.
So some thoughts, some beliefs are limiting. I'll never be good enough, I'll never be successful, I'll never be rich, I'll never have a good relationship, I'm too ugly, I'm not attractive enough, I'm not thin enough, etc. Remember, these thoughts don't belong to you. So you have to, whenever you have these thoughts, you should ask yourself, is it true? How am I so sure if this is true? Is this thought limiting me? How could I go beyond this limitation?
I honestly believe that if you're focused and passionate and driven, you can achieve anything you want to achieve in life.
I think it's really to be true to yourself and listen as much as one is able to other people whose opinions you respect and look up to, but in the end, it has to come from you, and you can't really worry too much by looking to the left or to the right about what.
The limitations exist only in our minds, and if you start using imaginations, then your possibilities become limitless.
And therefore, you have no desire to escape. But if you escaped, you would find the true mind, you would find the true self, you would find who you really are, and you would be free.
I think it's really important to be very specific and very clear in what you expect, and then to delegate.
When you have enough success that what you need to do is pedal fast, that's good. A lot of people try to pedal fast before they have anything that's worth pedaling, and a lot of other people never pedal fast. So it's kind of a life lesson. Get a good idea and then work like hell to make it popular.
Stress is not because you work too hard. Stress is not because you're not getting what you want. Stress is actually because you're giving up something and working for something else. That's what causes stress. That's what causes unhappiness. When you're actually working for something that you know is not making you happy is what causes unhappiness. All our work, all our lives, all our relationships, it's amazing how much people continue to be in that sphere even when they know they're not happy.
You better stay on top of yourself and really measure. Unless people measure themselves, you don't get any better. You cannot succeed unless you are really holding yourself accountable and owning outcomes.
And if you don't love what you do, if you don't pound to work hard, you don't persevere through this, he says you're going to quit and give up because it's hard.
You want to take responsibility for your life. I got me here, I can get me out of this.
Don't try and imitate that. Find your own way. Find your own voice. Find your own feelings. And that will give you a unique opportunity.
How many times have you heard people say, this can't be done? It's your job to remove those myths and to get things done.
Don't put a question mark where God has put a period. All of us have things we don't understand. One reason is we can't see the big picture for our lives.
If you want to lay the foundation for a future fortune, you've got to learn more than one skill.
Look at what is the problem and then answer that problem in the unique position that you will solve it. So how are you able to address that problem?
And that if you decide that my life deserves my developing this what I do well, and becoming the best at it and mastering myself and seeing what I have within me, if you decide to drop your buckets where you are and develop your gifts, I grant you, you'll never ever be without. I grant you that your gifts will take you places that will literally amaze you. You can decide that I'm going to live each day as if it were my last. You have the power to make that decision. You can decide I'm going to work on myself and develop myself. I'm going to empower me. And all of these things that are happening to me right now, they're just temporary inconveniences. They're not stronger than I am. I'm in charge here.
But if you were to take one piece and isolate it, you would think, look at this funny looking piece. It's a mistake. It's not going to fit anywhere. It's an odd shape. There's nothing beautiful about it. But the fact is, that piece has a perfect place. It's already been fitted, planned, designed. When the other pieces come together, it will fit in. The reason you can't see it now is because they all are not in place yet.
To win the respect of intelligent people and the affection of children, to earn the appreciation of honest critics, and endure the betrayal of false friends. Appreciate beauty, to find the best in others, and to leave the world a bit better.
That discomfort you're feeling, it's not just a random pain. Those are birth pains. There's a blessing in that pain. There's a gift in that pain. There's a ministry in the pain. There's a new level in that pain. Don't waste it. Do like Craig. Be on the lookout. Look for opportunities you can encourage somebody else. Can God trust you?